Hello and welcome to Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today we've got a special review. Why is it special? Because this is one of the Bricklink Designer Program sets. They only made 30,000 of these. Now they've done these sort of things before. I know it's Series 1, but they've done a different series before and they only did 10 to 20,000. This time they stepped it up and did 30. However, this set is officially set 910029. It was just released. And it has 3,949 pieces, and it comes with 9 minifigures, and it retailed for $379.99. Now if you go online, you will find this set, but you'll find it for much more than that because of its rarity. I don't usually do reviews on this one, but since I did 7 live streams to build this, and each live stream was an hour or more, I do have a playlist, and I'll link it at the end of this video so you can watch the whole thing if you'd like, being built. But I want to go ahead and review this just like I do any other set. And at the end, I do have the Lion's Night Castle that came out in 2022, which is similarly mostly brick built, and we'll compare them side by side. But let's start with this one. So the dimensions. Well, this thing is 17 inches this way, 14 inches this way, and it is a staggering 22.5 inches, almost 2 feet tall. Now, if you're on the metric system, that is 43 centimeters this way, 35.5, and 57 centimeters tall. So it's a pretty big guy, and I do like how it steps its way up. Anyway, when I do an evaluation, I go off of 5 things. That's value, creativity, playability, ease of build, and part out value. And I give it a ranking from 1 to 10. 1's the worst, 10's the best. And then we do a 6th ranking where we average those first 5 scores and give you an overall ranking. So for the value, it retailed for $379.99. 3,949 pieces, 9 minifigures. That is 9.6 cents per piece. That is just an excellent value, in my opinion. I mean, you know, especially with something this big and all that, excellent value. And even better is there's no stickers whatsoever. So that value is a solid 10, the best I can give it. Creativity, well, let me show you before I give you the number I gave it. First of all, you'll notice in the front here, we've got all this going on here. I love this front gate. And not only do I love the front gate, I love the front gate that you can sit there and you can twirl this thing around, and as you see, that iron gate is going up. Then, if you want to release it, you just push this little thing and there it goes. I love the torches in the front, love the shields, like that kind of stuff. And then also here in the front, on the side here, you've got this little indented archway. I love it. I love the ivy growing up. I love the archer's windows. These are real. I have been to real castles when my wife and I were stationed in Germany, and she was a military member, but as a family with kids, we all served there. And this is very true. These archer's windows were very small, gave them just enough room to put the bow out there and shoot. And it does have a hinge, does open up, and I'll show you. It does have a little walkway to the front here, and all throughout, one of my favorite things is these accent of snow pieces where they make it seem like snow just fell and it's still there. But you've got a walkway here, but before you get to the walkway, you've got a little stream or river or something going underneath here, and then you have this drawbridge, and this drawbridge is functional. For some reason it don't want to work. I think it's getting caught up on the little chains. I just worked it a minute ago. There it goes. It got caught up on there. I guess it's a little warped. I have moved this thing around quite a bit today. And again, we have a torch, we got a bird, we've got a functioning drawbridge, we've got another archer's window here you'll see in a second. I do like how they use the sand green on some of this stuff here. I do like this color here. I don't remember what color that is. And again, same thing as the other side, the iron gate. You go like this and it falls. And we've got rock formations here. And we've got rock formations here. What I like about the rock formation here, though, is a secret escape for the guy in prison. So if you got someone strong and buff enough, you can break them out. And then here we've got a tower. I love the arches built into the tower. Another rock formation. Some plants that got snowed on. And then we're back to the front here. But that's not all. We've got plenty of different layers. I just did the bottom layer, and I haven't opened it up yet. So I do like this right here. They've done this on a couple different sets. where they've used the tiles on their side, the plates on their sides, to make this pattern, the old wood pattern that they had back in the day. Also, on each side we've got this brick built flag. Totally freaking awesome. Also, I love the King's area. Love this window. Looks really cool. And then here we've got this window, which reminds me of something you'd find on a Gothic cathedral. And then again over here you've got these archway windows. Looks really cool. Love the flags. Love it all. Now let's take a peek on the inside. On the inside it does open in a couple different areas, and I'm going to try to do this without breaking it. Every time I've done it, something's falling off, so let's just hope. Oh, yeah, see, look at that. It already did. I had to put it back on. Okay. Oh, see, look at that. I told you. Okay. So on the inside, what do we have? Well, we do have, starting over here, we have a prison. We have a little girl playing with a miniature castle. And then we've got a little place for a bakery here, a little kitchen area. We have stairs going to this level, going to this level, and all the way to the King's area. This does pop off. I don't want to pop it off because it's really hard to get on. So I'm just going to leave it. Take my word for it, please. And on this side, we've got a horse stable, which I have to say, the only thing I don't like about this is that it would be very easy to get inside to this castle. And why do I say that? Because right here, these walls are short. You can basically give your buddy a boost over the wall. And yeah, you would say, oh, but they have to go all the way around to here, and it's got a drawbridge. They can't get in. Well, actually, they can. If you look very closely here, if you boosted your buddy over the wall, he's going to be on the other side of this iron gate. And through there, he'd have access to the horse stable, which would give him access to the rest of the castle. So kind of a design flaw, but I mean, okay, not too bad though. And over here, we've got stairs to go to the top. We've got a door. We've got a bed. We've got a little training area here, and we've got another bed up here, and we've got an archer up here trying to guard this area, and we've got a watchtower here. All right, so what else? It opens over here. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to open. Oh, that's right, it comes off, it doesn't open. I thought it opened, but there's no way it can. So let's just take this off. Okay, so this opens up, and when it does, you can see the castle down here. You can see the kitchen fireplace here, and you can see the door to the other side. What's over here behind this door? You got a couple chairs and some candlesticks, and a couple of archer's windows on this side, and you got a training dummy right here. So I think that's really cool. I like how they make these little sections that pop out. This section pops off so you can access it. And oh yeah, I forgot about this over here. Oh, see, look at that, it just wants to fall apart. Here, this comes out so you can access this area. So anyways, as you can see, the creativity, you got a lot going on here. I love the snow accents. They're everywhere as if it just fell. Looks pretty cool. So creativity, I don't think it's going to come as a shocker. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. As far as playability, well, you got 9 minifigures here. You got a horse. You got a horse stable. You got all these different things. Definitely a 10 out of 10 as well. Ease of Build's a different story. Lego does not offer the instructions printed, and I don't like when they do that. They have their excuses, but I'm sorry. It's very obvious it's just a way to save a little bit of money and make them a little bit more off this set. The reason I don't like not having an actual physical book is, number one, I play Legos or Lego to get away from the world. I don't want to see a screen. I like having a book, gets me away from screen time. And not only that, when the power's out, when my kids are complaining the house is like a tomb, I'm having a great time because I got books and I can do stuff without power. However, they don't offer that. They only offer the instructions to download. But the file's so big because there's 1,177 steps to this thing, that the file in the beginning when you're working it, it was fine, but as you get towards the bottom, it's slower and slower and slower, to the point where I have a gaming laptop. Yeah, it's a few years old, but it's not that old, and it handles everything else, my live streams and all that, and some of my video editing, and it does fine. It was taking about 10 seconds after I hit the next page for it to flip to the next page. And if I did the mouse scroll, it was even worse, because it would just move a little bit, move a little bit. It wouldn't even go to the whole page. And so I didn't like the ease of build for this. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for that. As far as the part out value, now I think it's got a lot of great pieces. If you guys have seen my city pieces, well, I love gray, as you know, the parking garage and all that good stuff. So what I don't like is any of the wedge pieces. I know they're necessary here, but I always find it hard to do wedges in my other builds. So therefore, I'll give the part out value an 8. And if you average all those scores I just gave you, that is a score of 8.8 out of 10, which is very good. Some of my highest reviews that I've ever given. And I promise you, I got something else in store for you. I had talked about the Lion's Night Castle. It came out in 2022. Let's go ahead and bring that out and compare this side by side to this one. Here we have the Lion's Night Castle, set number 10305, released in 2022. 22 minifigures. Oof, that's a big one. 4,392 pieces, and it retailed for $399.99. 9.1 cents per piece. A little bit better value per piece count than this one, but both still really great values. This one, it is 18.5 inches by 13 inches by 15 inches tall to this flagpole. And basically, if you're on the metric system, that is 47 by 33 centimeters by 38 centimeters tall. Now this one, I did live streams to build it, but I never did a review on it. So I don't have the value, creativity, and all that for this one. But what I can show you is why I like this set. First of all, it has mechanics just like this one does. First of all, you got two things. You've got a drawbridge, and if you twirl this little thing, that bridge comes down, boom. And then let's say you want to let some guys in here. Well, you just turn this little guy right here and you'll see this little thing going up. And same thing if you want to release it. There you have it. Also, and I meant to do that, by the way, on this side they kind of have like a back door to it right here, and it has an iron gate. And if you, and I'm having trouble getting my fingers in there, but if you do this, voila, look at that. It actually does what it's supposed to. It opens and closes that iron gate. And in addition, it has other things, moving parts. We'll get to that. You got archer's towers here. You have different types of archer windows right here. They're much more slender here and here. You have this tree that looks like it's been around for a long time. It has a beehive on it. I love the flags, the fact that they're cloth instead of plastic. And also, this one has a slightly different approach to it. It does not have hinges. Instead, it used clips. And you just kind of go like this and you say, off with you. And you've got two different pieces. It does have a little bit of hinge work right here though, once you open that, but you can't open this unless you take care of that. So here you go. And I just broke something, but it is Lego. It'll snap right back. I love the main tower. The main tower is really cool. I like the fact that it has weaponry up here. And if you look at it from the side here, well, you got quite a bit. You have this really cool archway here. You do have a dungeon down here, I forgot to mention, and some supply or training supplies here, or equipment I should say. And in addition, you got another tower here, and that's about it for this side. And you close it up, and when you close it up, you're left with this other side. And this other side, I think, is pretty dang cool. So what you have here is you got yourself a little market. You open it up and there's a stairway to get down there, a little secret passage. You have a spot for an archer to stand here. You've got stairs up here, and you got more stairs up here to another archer's tower, and perhaps one of the coolest things, or nearly the coolest thing, This straw roof. I love how they did different colors. They made it look like a straw roof, and yes, they did have straw roofs back then. And there's a lot of stories behind it, but I'll spare you because we're just doing a review. We're not doing a history lesson, but I do know a lot about this subject. All right, so it opens up. And when it opens up, perhaps one of the coolest things ever is the very first castle set was a yellow set with a red drawbridge. They put a miniature one inside the castle. So you've got a miniature of the first Lego castle set inside this castle set. And in addition, you've got an area here that they can cook, more cooking, and perhaps the coolest thing, and I keep saying that, but it is cool. When you do this, the flour mill thing turns down here so they can take wheat and make it into flour. How cool is that? And you got a chimney here. Chimney's very close to the straw roof, and I think if it was me, I'd make it taller so that any ashes don't come and burn my house, but hey, it's not my design. Anyway, you look at all this and you think Lego's doing just a fantastic job. Just doing great. So I like these two sets. They're both unique in that no one of them is, in my opinion, above the other, and for some reason I'm having trouble lining this bad boy up and getting it back in. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'll take care of that after the video. But guys, these are two very great sets. If you can get your hands on them and you got the money, I recommend them. They're great. Castle, I think I mentioned this before, it used to be my favorite theme, but then Lego stopped making it, and then when they brought it back, it wasn't as great in the 90s, so I kind of got away from it. But now that they're coming out with sets like this, and also the medieval market village thing that just came out earlier this year, that's a cool addition. I do have it, but I'm not going to show it here. I think that Lego is making Castle make a comeback, and I like what they're doing. And if you like my videos on it, please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave me a comment below. If you want to support the channel, well, here's a few things you can do. Well, first of all, you can donate directly to the channel. There's a PayPal link in the description. Or you can go to my Bricklink store. There's a link in the description, and we have about 800,000 pieces and roughly about 50 sets you can buy right now. And head there, and you know, if you're going to go to Bricklink anyway, head to my store first, see if I have it, buy it from me, and that supports the channel. But then, yeah, you support yourself and your own addiction to this hobby, and that's awesome because it's a win-win for both of us. Now, if you don't have the financial means, that's totally okay, because there's two other ways to support the channel that do not involve money. First one is just to watch another video right after this one. When you do that, it triggers the algorithm to push this out to more people. So if you watch 2 videos in a row for some reason, it tickles the algorithm, so please, if you have time, do it. Or you can share a link to this video or any of my other videos on other social media platforms, and that gets the word out there, especially if you know there's Lego fans on those platforms. Please share a link. I'd appreciate it. All right, guys, just as a reminder, these videos are now Enzo approved. All right, guys, be good to each other, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.